Alright, we were looking at multiplying matrices today. Matrix products. So matrix A and matrix B can be multiplied only if the number of columns in A equals the number of rows in B. So what that means is if I have like a 2 by 3 and I'm multiplying it by a 3 by 4, these two numbers must match up on the inside. So this is the columns in the first one and the rows in the second one. So those must match in order for it to be multiplied. And then the next thing, it says the product of an m by n and an n by p is an m by p. So what that means is the outside numbers tell you your dimensions of your new matrix. So after you multiply them, or when you multiply them, that will be the dimensions of the answer. And a square matrix has the same number of columns as it does rows. So looking here, we are going to multiply w by x. So what happens when you're multiplying? First of all, let's make sure we can do that. So this is a 1, 2, 3 by 2, and this is a 2 by 3. So since these match up, I can multiply it, and my answer is going to be a 3 by 3. Now on this first one, what I want you to do is draw a really big matrix, and we're going to make blanks in here, 9 of them, so that I know my answer is going to be a 3 by 3. So you need a really giant matrix here. I probably could have even made it a little bit bigger. Okay, so how this works is you take the row of the first one multiplied by the column of the second one. So row by column. So this, sometimes it helps to label these, the addresses under here. So this is first row, first column, first row, second column, first row, third column, second row, first column. So this will this helps sometimes if we label these. So in this first spot, I'm multiplying the first row by the first column. So what that means is I'm going to do the 3 times the 4, and I'm going to add it to the negative 2 times the 5. Oops. So that was first row times first column. So in this 1, 2 spot, I'm going to do first row times second column. So I have 3 times 7, negative 2 times 1. 1, 3 means first row times third column. So that's going to be 3 times negative 2 plus negative 2 times negative 1. Now I'm doing second row. So this is second row times first column. So now I'm doing second row times first column here. So I have 1 times 4 plus 0 times 5. Then second row times second column. So now it's this times this. So 1 times 7, 0 times 1. And then second row, third column, 1 times negative 2, 0 times negative 1. And then lastly, we have the last spot here. So 3, 1 would be third row, first column, 2 times 4, plus negative 1 times 5, 2 times 7, plus negative 1 times 1, and 2 times negative 2, plus negative 1 times negative 1. Whew. Now we actually have to do all these calculations in here. If you want to just throw them in your calculator, you absolutely can do that. So here I would have 12 minus 7, that's 5, not 7, sorry, 12 minus 10, what am I doing? 2, 14 minus 2 would be 12. This would be negative 6 plus 2, which would be negative 4. Here I have 4 plus 0, 7 plus 0, and negative 2 plus 0. This would be 8 minus 5 is 3. That's 14 minus 1 would be 13. And negative 4 plus 1 would be negative 3. So this is my solution to that big old long multiplication. Alright, so let's try another one. XW. So if I do XW, now I have a 2 by 3 being multiplied by a 3 by 2. So again, the inside numbers match up, and the outside numbers tell us that this is going to be, my solution is going to be a 2 by 2. So I'm still going to draw a big giant one here. It doesn't need to be quite as big. So you can see here that multiplication in matrices is not commutative, meaning A times B is not the same thing as B times A. So I have 1, 1 here, 1, 2 here, 2, 1, and 2, 2. So now I am doing, since X is first, I should probably rewrite these over here. I think it would make it a little bit easier to visualize if I put them in the right order. Okay, so when I'm multiplying these, now I'm doing first row times first column. So this is going to be 4 times 3, 7 times 1, and negative 2 times 2. First row, second column. So now I have 4 times negative 2, 7 times 0, negative 2 times negative 1. Now in the bottom, that is now second row times first column. So 5 times 3, 1 times 1, negative 1 times 2, and second row, second column, 5 times negative 2, 1 times 0, negative 1 times negative 1. So now my solution, let's get all these figured out here. So this would be 12 plus 7 is 19 minus 4 would be 15. This would be negative 8, 0, and positive 2, so that would take me to negative 6. This would be 15, and 1 is 16, minus 2 is 14. And this would be negative 10, 0, and 1, so that would give me negative 9. All right, XY. So X is a 2 by 3, and Y is a 2 by 2. So in that order, I first check here, those numbers do not match up. So that means I cannot multiply this, so I'm going to say undefined. That means that I am not even able to multiply those at all. Alright, last one here. So 2 stores held sales on DVD and Blu-ray. The prices are shown. Use the sales data to determine how much money each store brought in from the sale on Saturday. So we have this matrix here, which is a 2 by 2, and I have this matrix here, which is a 2 by 3. So we can multiply those, and we will end up with a 2 by 3 for our solution here. Alright, so I'm going to plug these into the calculator on this one. So normally I kind of want you to write them all out, since we already did a couple of writing them out, and I got a lot of decimals and stuff in here. I'm going to plug some stuff into the calculator. So in my first spot, I'm doing the first row times the second column here. So I have 895 times 23, first row times first column. Did I say that? 1195 times 40, and that's going to give me 683.85 here. Now, first row, second column, so I'm going to go back up and grab that and then just change these numbers in the middle here. Oops, that should be a 48. And this one would be the 31, because I'm doing this times this. So that gives me 851.05. Then I could change this one to a 42, and this one to a 25, because that's first row times third column, which gives me 725.65. So thinking about what I did there was I was multiplying the Video World money by each of the weeks. Okay? So now, or it's not each of the weeks, sorry, each of the days of the week is what I meant to say. So now on the bottom here, I have this money times each of those is going to go in here. So I have 750 times 23 plus 1250 times 40. Now I have this row times this column here. So this is going to become a 48, and this is going to become a 31. And lastly, okay, so when I think about, it's asking us for the sales on Saturday. So when we were getting the Saturday information, that was here. So if I think about what this number was, this came from Video World times Saturday. So this was how much money Video World made on Saturday on their DVDs and Blu-rays here. And this was how much Star Movies made on Saturday. So I'm going to say Video World made 851.05. And Star Movies made 832.50 on Saturday. So, sorry if I had that out of the way there. Writing these all out by hand and doing them all by hand, obviously that doesn't get done that much anymore, but it's good to see and know how these things work. So computer programs can do these types of things for us. So on here, these are your last two. You're using the matrices from the beginning there. I want you to give them a whirl, and I'll give you a clue. One of them might be undefined on there, so don't look at it and say, oh, I can't do this. And last, your joke. What do you call a happy cowboy? You're a jolly rancher. All right, hope you have a great rest of your day, and make sure you're kind to someone today.